Hey everybody, this is Larry up in Brine, Minnesota. You got to check this out. I'm going to smoke this. This is sturgeon. My son went up to Lake of the Woods and went fishing, and look at that puppy. He caught a couple huge, the one was what, 52 inches?
50.
50 inches long, honking.
Don't even say that.
Big pictures. Big fish, man. So I'm going to brine this. The recipe for the brine is underneath the video. So I'm going to brine this, and I have 2 buckets I'm going to put. Where you can see some in there, some in there. Huge honking fish. And I'm going to brine it for at least 24 hours. And then I'll take it out of the brine and I'll put it in the smoker. And I'll be back then. Okay guys, a little over 24 hours ago I brined this sturgeon. And what I did is I put, mixed up my brine, which I'll have the recipe underneath the video for, and I held it down with some couple glass plates here. And we're going to take that out now. Let me take this over here. And we're going to take it out, and I'm just going to drain it. I'm not going to wash it off, rinse it off, or anything. It's always worked good for me this way. I'm just going to take this out, and I've got some racks set up over here I'm going to put them on. Because what we want to do is we want to get what's called a chemical coating. We're going to put a fan on this. And as it dries, it's going to get a little sticky on here, okay? And what that does is it allows it to take on smoke much better. You don't want to put it in your smoker wet like this. You could take a little paper towel and damp it. I don't know, I'll probably do that. Well, once I get them all laid out here, I'll be back. Okay, I've got all my sturgeon laid out here. And you can do this brine with any fish. It doesn't have to just be sturgeon. It can be, you can do it with salmon. It's awesome on salmon. I've done tulipy, I've done northern, I've done suckers, all kinds of different fish. This brine works on virtually anything. It's really good. Anyway, while I laid out my fillets here, I didn't rinse them. I took them out of the brine. But what I did do is I took some paper towel and I patted off the excess moisture on both sides. Now I'm going to turn on this box fan I got set in here, and I'm going to let it go until it gets that shiny, sticky, kind of dullish chemical coating on it. So we'll do that, and then I'll be back and show you what that coating looks like, okay? So we're going to let this go. They're on racks. It'll get that sticky coating, and then I can work on getting my smoker ready to go. And I'll be back to show you this coating, what I'm talking about. Okay, we've had the fan, box fan, on the sturgeon now for about the last 45 minutes, hour, and see, you get a real sticky, kind of a dullish, just tacky. You'll feel it's tacky, glossed over feeling. You can probably see it there a little better, maybe. Anyway, I got the smoker ready to go. We're going to go out there and put it in the smoker, and I'll show you what I got going on out there. Okay, I got them in my smoker. Now this smoker is a smoker I made myself. It's an old freezer that I got out the dump for $5. They won't let you go out and get them, but it's beautiful because it's stainless steel, it's insulated. I tore the compressor out of the bottom, and what I usually do is I would put a hot plate down there and cold smoke. And then I got a turkey fire burner with that cast iron skillet on that I would smoke with before. Well, what happens is it's hard to keep the temperature real low. I can, get it down about 200 degrees where it would still create smoke from the chips, but it was creating too much heat. If you're lucky enough to have a brother like me, who lives in Nashville, my brother Steve sent this to me. This is my smoke daddy. It is killer good because for cold smoking. But here's the deal. I can use this cold smoker, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke that for the first hour or so with no heat whatsoever, just the smoke. And then I'll slowly turn on the burner in there, and I'll only maintain about 120, 130 degrees for the first couple hours while I'm smoking. And then I'll slowly bring it up until the internal temperature of the cabinet, maybe it'll get close to 180, 200 degrees. And you're going to want the fish to be about 160 165 internal temperature, at least how I like it. I don't like it mushy, but I don't like it dry. I want it firm. But you can see that smoke, Daddy. Holy mackerel, does it put out smoke. And it's just so awesome. So I got my sturgeon in there on racks. I'm going to close this up. Excuse me. I got a temperature probe stuck there. It's the 110 in the cabinet right now, just from the heat outside in the sun. And we're just going to let that baby smoke. And I'm going to let cold smoke for the first hour or so. Then I'll start that burner in there, and I'll bring it up to 120, 130. And then I can put some chips in that cast iron skillet and let them go too. But I'm using a combination of applewood and hickory. I have tried every kind of wood under the sun, and to me, it is the perfect combination for hams, bacon, fish, almost anything. I like the combination of 50-50, half hickory, half applewood. But you can see the smoke just ripping out of that baby. So I got to open up the smokestack. She's coming out there. But I got a couple of these crutches because my seal's getting a little bad, so I push them up against these doors to hold it tight. But I'm going to get everything hooked up, go get my gas tank, so I'm set to go, and I'll be... Okay, you can see that baby just smoking. I opened up the stack all the way, let it go out pretty good. Got my little Yankee or Ingenuity here, little crutches holding that door shut because the seals, I need to replace that on there. But she's really putting out the smoke, okay? We're just going to let her go for an hour, hour and a half or so, and then I'll slowly start bringing up the heat. And when I get ready to fire it up, get the burner going a little bit, I'll be back. Okay, I've let this go a couple hours. I'm going to let it go a little longer. Remember, your fish is cured. You use the salt and sugar, it's already cured, so you don't have to worry about it going bad. That's why you can get away with cold smoking it. It ain't like putting fresh fish or a fresh hunk of meat in or something. But look at the color that this baby is getting already. Unbelievable. See, when you get past the smoke, look at that color. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Smoke's getting me. That Smoke Daddy's really putting out. I haven't fired it up yet because I want to I like good smoked fish. And I like it not real salty, but I like it, it's got to have enough salt or it's blah. But let me tell you a little side note here, guys. Let me tell you something. You're going to say, okay, Larry, I don't have one of those great big smokers like you got like that. Excuse me. How can I smoke? I'm going to tell you how. Let's say you got a Weber grill. Get yourself a hot plate. Put the hot plate in the lowest part of that Weber grill. Crack open the bottom, crack open the top, and go down to the dollar store and buy one of those little cheap pans. The cheapest little non-Teflon or even a little Teflon. Cheapest one you get, and put wood chips on. You can cold smoke that fish because it's already cured in it, and smoke it 6, 7, 8 hours. Really good smoke. Then bring it in and put it in your oven. And you can put it on about 200 and finish it in the oven. I had a friend of mine didn't have a smoker, and he did his Weber. It come out fantastic. Another thing, let's say you got a gas grill. You can use a gas grill. Down in the bottom part of your gas grill, do the same thing. Set your fish up on the top rack in the gas grill. Put the electric hot plate down in the bottom of the gas grill and put a little cheap thin. You want a thin one so it really puts the heat to it, so it really smokes. And put your chips in there. You can cold smoke it that way. Smoke the heck out of your fish. When you get it where you want it, take it in and finish it off in the oven. That's just, you don't have to have a great big smoker like this to get it done. What I'm saying is, this is great because I do hams and I do bacon and I do 6, 7 turkeys at a time in here and everything, but you don't have to get great results. You don't have to have an expensive smoker. There's ways around it and you can do it. So I'm going to let this smoke a little bit more. I can about tell when it gets where I want to give it at least another hour. It's been there a couple hours. I'm going to go a little longer. I thought maybe an hour, but it's taking the smoke a little slow, but I like a good smoke flavor to my fish. Anyway, when it gets ready, when I do get ready, I'll be back when I fire it up with the little turkey burner. I got the little gas burner I have in there with the cast iron skillet on top. I'll be back. Okay, it's been a couple hours now, This fish has got some real nice color to it now. I'm starting to get the kind of color I like, that nice mahogany color, you know. So I got my little burner going down here. I'll get that adjusted a little bit so I can crank that up or down or whatever I want. I'm just going to leave it on low. The Smoke Daddy, I just loaded it up again. Grab my skillet here. And we're going to put that on here. That's going to put a little more heat in the cabinet, because we've only been maintaining about 110 degrees in there. Now I'll start cranking up some heat, and I'll watch the temperature get about 110. Then in a half hour bring it up to 120 and 130, and then until I get an internal temperature. I have a remote thermometer that'll go in there that I can check. I have the temperature probe here, tells me how hot it is in the cabinet, but I'll have it stuck in the fish, and I'll know when it's about 160. And then if you want to try it, break a piece off, take it in the house, put it in the fridge for a couple minutes, taste it. If it's a little too moist for you, or you want it cooked a little more, that's how you experiment and you find out what works best for you. So we're going to let her smoke for this while. For a while now. I'll be back. Okay, it's getting a little dark. I want to shoot this before it gets too dark to get any more of this video without bringing it in. But internal temperature of my Sturgeon's 127. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at it, okay? Is that looking beautiful or what? Wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. I'm going to wait till it's about 160 internal. That's what I like, about 160, and then it's pretty firm. I might have to even sample a little piece off the end here. I can't wait. Oh my God. I wish you were here. This is some awesome stuff. I've smoked a lot of fish, but this sturgeon is quite different. Really, really good. Perfect saltiness. Awesome smoke. We're going to give it a little more. I got the Smoke Daddy rolling. And pour some more smoke to it. We're going to keep cooking. Keep an eye on the temp. I'm going to leave it right where it's at. A little about 200, 210. Let the cabinet just keep going. And I'll be back when this is done. Hey everybody, this is Larry at Brine. Well, the smoked sturgeon is finally done. And I did this. The only reason I really did this is for my son was on vacation up here, Sean, and he caught this absolutely two very beautiful sturgeon. One monster 50-incher, big puppy, and I wanted to smoke this for him, and I'm going to either freeze it. I don't want to freeze it, but if I can get it to him, he's on vacation right now. If I can hook up with him, but it was two fish. This is the big one, filleted, all done up. And here's the other one. Wouldn't you know it as it's carrying in the door. I bumped the door jamb, and oh man. I mean, it doesn't make it taste any less, but I just wanted to show you four beautiful pieces. Sorry, but I'm telling you what, it tastes absolutely amazing. Probably the best smoked, the best smoked sturgeon I ever made. But some of the best smoked fish I have ever had. This goes out to Sean especially. Alright, this is Larry up in Brainerd. The recipe will be underneath the video. Check it out, guys. Try it. This is great with salmon or any other fish. Awesome, awesome recipe. This is Larry in Brainerd. Ciao.